What is up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to another vidIQ YouTube training session. I'm Dan, and this is our weekly YouTube training we do here at vidIQ. I'm filling in today for Liron, but you will be seeing him here in a few moments during our pre-recorded training. Let me explain a little bit about what's going on. So every week around this time, this is a little bit early today, that was my fault, but usually about 30-40 minutes from now, we start a training session. It starts with us sitting here chatting with you guys, getting to know you guys, welcoming you to the channel. A lot of people here probably for the first time. In fact, if you are, let's go ahead and kick that off right now. Go ahead and put a hashtag new in the chat. It's always interesting to see how many people are here who haven't seen this before. So we come by every week, and not only do we show you how to use all of the vidIQ tools, which if you recently downloaded the extension, you're probably a little overwhelmed. We also use those tools and show you how to use YouTube as a whole, which is really cool. So you're going to want to be taking notes and listening very carefully to everything. A lot of the questions we get, I'm skipping a little bit here. You're talking to me right now, you're going to see a pre-recorded segment, and that's when you want to be taking notes. That's in about 12 minutes. After that, I'm going to come back for Q&A, but we really always have to ask this. Be sure when you start thinking of questions to ask, and that could be something you write in your notes, that you're not asking questions that are the typical, how do I get more subscribers? How do I get more views? Because that's exactly what we're about to show you here in just a little bit with Liron's pre-recorded section. So if you're taking good notes, those questions and more will be answered for you in advance. So when I come back to do the live Q&A session, I'm largely going to ignore questions about getting more views and subscribers. At most, I'll tell you to, watch the live stream, or rewind it, watch it from earlier, and it should be up and ready to go as soon as we wrap up today. I appreciate everybody answering that. Let's go ahead and scroll up here a little bit and shout out some names of new folks, and hello to everybody. Whoever is in control of the vidIQ chat right now is saying I lost our own election. We had a poll running yesterday on the community tab. It may not be too late to vote on that. I don't know if it was closed or not, but you can go ahead and continue voting for Team Dan if you would like. I did get buried though, which was disappointing, but I will earn your vote one day. Kathy is here. Kathy's new. Mr. Lou is new. 52 Card Tricks. Swag Gaming. Perhaps I said that right. Let's see. We have design and creating jewelry. That, oh my gosh, long channel name, but very, very specific channel name. That's good. Devinger is new. Mr. Dip or DP, I don't know. You're new. Let's see here. Who else we got? Weed Catton. We have Teacher One Dan. And one more. Vortex is new. Thank you all so much. Tons of new faces here, which is awesome to see, and probably more on the way, which is why we open this with just a quick chat. So I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is rested. I hope everybody is staying safe. Let me know about where in the world are you from. I'm not looking for any specifics, but just where in the world are you? That's another thing I love to see. Just vidIQ tends to have a pretty wide reach, so I'm always interested in seeing where everybody is from. We are going to be going over a lot of YouTube tips today. Oh, wow, I'm going to start reading out some of these countries here. Canada, America, Nigeria. We have Arizona. We have the UK. We have North Carolina. We have New Jersey, South Africa, Texas. It's going so fast. I saw Sweden. I see Ethiopia, India. My goodness, I wasn't... Wow. I wasn't expecting just how many countries. I knew it would be a handful, but Saudi Arabia. Oh my gosh. And then we just various states come up as well. Colorado, Georgia, California. Wow. Well, thank you all for showing up today. Here's another question I'm going to ask as I explain a little bit more about what's going on. What are you hoping to learn today from this live stream? We're here, we're teaching about the vidIQ tools, we're teaching about YouTube. Anywhere on that spectrum, what are you hoping to take away? Maybe a specific thing, something you've been wondering for a long time, because that's the kind of thing I would like you to keep. If you're taking notes, write it down or type it on your notepad at the very top. I'm hoping to learn this, and then pay very close attention. That's going to be really interesting to see as well. So we're doing this. There's going to be a live training session here in 10 minutes. Liron has pre-recorded an awesome in-depth live training session. It'll go for about 30 or 40 minutes or so, and then I'll come back and answer your questions live. So as you're taking notes, be taking questions that you want to ask during the Q&A as well. And then later tonight, I get to plug this because I'm here. Later tonight, I'll be on Twitch for vidIQ, twitch.tv/vidIQofficial, and we will be playing, I believe, Spelunky 2 again, myself and perhaps some other vidIQ folks as well. We chat about YouTube, but mostly we just kick back and connect with you guys and play some games. So we do hope you do that. You do join us for that Twitch stream later tonight. I'll go ahead and type the link right now because it's a bit confusing because someone stole vidIQ. So twitch.tv/vidIQ_official. There we go. Be sure to give that a follow. Is it lagging a little bit? That does happen. I apologize. Maybe refresh. Hopefully lower the stream quality. That could also help you out. I see Ray Max Kitchen and Grill is here. Thank you for being here. Let's scroll up a little bit and see what people said to my question. What are you hoping to learn today? I'm just going to start reading some out here. Some tips on thumbnails, how I can get more impressions on my videos, how you can get more subscribers. That's good. If anyone asks, how do I get more subscribers after the training's over, we're just going to tell you to rewatch it. So I'm seeing thumbnails, better thumbnails keep coming up. Subscribers and views, watch time, impressions. Wow, dang. So couple things on the thumbnails. You are going to see a little bit about thumbnails in this training session. You're going to learn a lot more about getting impressions, getting watch time, and we do have some tools. We have one in particular that I'm thinking of that help you compare your thumbnails to that of your competition, whatever is in your space. I believe that should be displayed in this training session as well, so be paying attention to that. We have a thumbnail course in the vidIQ Academy, which I would also recommend if you're looking for a bit of a deeper dive on thumbnails and thumbnail strategy. So yeah, but I was surprising how many of you said thumbnails. Titles. All right, so titles come up a bunch. How to turn views into subs. Subscribers and views. So a lot of people here to learn what I would call the fundamentals of YouTube. So that is exactly, you're in the right place. That is exactly what we're going to cover in this training session. But it is quite a bit of information. And I know that while you're watching a YouTube live stream, it's kind of uncommon for the host to ask you to take notes, but I encourage it because it is going to be a lot. And it's something you may want to come back to as time progresses and you're trying to walk your way through the tools and implement some of these strategies on your own channels. I'm seeing folks here who got our email. We do send out an email blast for this stream, so thank you for dropping in. We do this stream every week, and just for those of you, a bunch of you just got in here right now. Right now, we're just chatting a little bit. I'm killing about 6 more minutes, and then I'm going to start a pre-recorded training session that Liron has set up for you guys. He's going to take you through the tools. He's going to not only show you how to get more views and subscribers on YouTube, but use our suite of vidIQ tools, which are awesome. And then I'm going to come back live again and do some Q&A with you guys. So I've been telling everybody who's been here for a bit to take notes and especially write down those questions as you think of them. And we will be diving into those for a bit after the training session is done. Is the pre-recorded part going to be public after? Yes, the pre-recorded segment. This whole thing will once it wraps up, YouTube will process it, and then it'll be out there for you guys to go back and rewatch. So there you go. I'm getting some questions right now about tips on animation. I'm guessing animation channels in particular. Just remember that there is a Q&A section after this part. Right now, I'm just here to kill time and welcome everybody who's jumping in, so we can make sure as many of you as possible have an opportunity to see this training from beginning to end, which is very important and going to set you up for a lot of YouTube success. It just so happens that watching this training not only teaches you about the tools, but teaches you about growing on YouTube in general. So even if you don't download the tools, you're going to learn a lot. But of course, it is free, and there is a link down below to get 30 days of our top tier vidIQ tools for free. That unlocks everything you're going to see, and I would definitely recommend that. You guys can get it right now while I'm just sitting here yammering. There's nothing to take notes on. It's just me talking at a camera. This is a great time to download those tools, get the extensions set up as you're learning. You can even follow along on your own channels. Maybe if you have 2 monitors, if you're watching on your phone, you got your computer. follow along, but make sure you download those tools to get the full benefit of this whole live stream. The link has just been posted in chat. It's pinned up above, so it's everywhere. This 30 days free is everywhere. You can't miss it. And also mind our moderators who are asking people not to spam chat. That should also be helpful. I imagine once the training starts, there's not going to be a lot of chat because people are here to learn. So that is definitely encouraged. Less chat, more listening. Let's see what's going on. Second time stopping in. I've learned so much from the last stream. Looking forward to learning more. Thank you, the Hollander. Much appreciated. Still working to get 1K subscribers. Not easy, but passion and purpose wins all the time. No quitting allowed. That is inspired by life, or inspired life. Thank you so much for that. That is absolutely true. Really, when it comes to YouTube, everything you put in helps you get more in return. So YouTube can be a lot of things for a lot of people. It can be just a place to host some of your family videos, right? Like if you go out with the family and you just want a place to put those videos so they, you can share them with the rest of your family on wherever, you can just use YouTube as a video hosting service, or you can try and make a channel that has a regular cadence and offers value to somebody, and you do it as a hobby. Or it could eventually become a part-time job, and I'm sure a lot of you are here hoping YouTube becomes a full-time job one day, and you can't make any of those steps really without knowing what the heck you're doing, and that's what we're here to teach you. So I'm already seeing some questions come in. Remember, the Q&A happens after the training session, so be sure if those questions are really important for you to get answered, write them down in your notes. Come back for the Q&A section after the training, and we will get going. That training is going to start here in just 1 to 2 minutes. I'm just counting down the last couple minutes here before it starts. What's the best way to get views on older videos? Great question for the Q&A. So be ready for answers to that and more as we dive into the Q&A a little bit later on. We're seeing people sharing their sub counts. Everyone's really excited. That is awesome. So cool. Thank you guys so much for being here. What time is the Q&A? This training is going to start here in about a minute, and it goes for, I've never timed it. It's about 30 or 40 minutes, I think, somewhere in there. And it's a ton of information. There's not really any floundering during that time period. It's a bit of a time commitment, but you're going to learn a lot. A lot. Let's see. Someone has 4 subscribers. Someone else has 665 subscribers. That is awesome. Everyone's all over the place with their YouTube journeys. I'm going to plug the Discord real quick because when I see sub numbers like that, it reminds me of just how many creators we have in our vidIQ Discord. vidIQ.com/Discord. We'll get it up there for you, and you can go ahead and make an account if you don't have one already. Be sure to read and agree to the rules to unlock the server, and you will be among creators just like you that are all over the place when it comes to their YouTube journeys, and they're in there sharing tips all the time. So if this live training doesn't get your question answered, if perhaps you're here for a Tuesday channel audit, sometimes you don't get a channel audit, we tell people to go in there because there's just a ton of creators just like you sharing advice. It is the place you want to be. I'm seeing the link to Discord pin now. Poor Dan. I've been throwing so many vidIQ plugs, and he's been just pinning every single one as I do it. Thank you so much, our community manager, Dan, for that help there. So it's on the half hour now, which means it is time to start the YouTube live training. Remember, if you're seeing a whole bunch of tools and stuff that you're not used to seeing on YouTube, that is because you have not yet downloaded the vidIQ extension, which is linked down below, with a 30-day free trial to unlock our whole suite of tools for a whopping 30 days. And once you see these things in action, you're going to understand how helpful this will be, how much time it's going to save you on your creator journey, and it's just the process of making any video. So sit tight. Watch the training, hold your questions to the end, write them down if you need to, and when I come back here after the pre-recorded training is over, I will be answering those questions for a period of time. I hope I can get to all of them. I'm on a strict time limit today, but we'll see what we can do. All right, here we go. We're going to start the training right now. Thank you so much for being here, and enjoy.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello everybody, welcome and thank you for joining us for another vidIQ training session. My name is Liron. I am the Director of Customer Success here at vidIQ. which means that every day I work with creators big and small, helping them level up their channels, get more subscribers, more views in less time. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with you today. Now, today is not about theory. It's not about making good thumbnails, because we know all of that. And if you missed out on any of that information on the vidIQ channel, which you've just subscribed to, if you haven't already, we have so much value, so many videos about those particular topics. You can go and consume them at your own time. But today it's not about that. Today it's about the practical steps. You know, the thing at vidIQ is a lot of us have our own channels. We're all creators, and therefore we understand the frustrations that you go through as a creator. We've all been there. We all know the frustration of filming a video, spending time editing it, uploading it, and then nothing happens, or a handful of views. Ridiculously frustrating and almost like demoralizing. Do I really want to do this YouTube thing? So that is what today's training is all about, the practical steps. Now, if you don't have vidIQ, that's perfectly fine. You can still hang out with us, no problem. If you are here as a way of saying thank you, in the description below, there's a link to the vidIQ tools. Go and download them, and then for the next 30 days, it will just unlock all the beautiful goodness that's in your channel. And believe it or not, there is goodness, and I'm going to show you how to tap into that. And that's what these tools are about. They're about unlocking that frustration, unlocking the goodness that you have, unlocking the way forward. How do you build your channel? How do you grow? How do you get your audience? And this is what I'm going to show you today. So YouTube is made up of 3 Ds, and when you can unlock all 3 of those, that is when magic happens. That is when your channel really blows up. It happened to me. I can tell you from first-hand experience on my channel. So this is critical stuff, and that's why I want to share this with you. Very excited to do this. So the first D is all about discovery. If YouTube doesn't know about your latest creation, it could be absolutely mind-blowingly amazing. Well, it's not going to discover it. And therefore, people are not going to know about it. Therefore, people are not going to find it. And therefore, it's going to remain with very, very little views. And again, we're going to go deep into all of this. So the first D is about discovery. The second D is about delivery. Are you as a content creator delivering value to your audience? YouTube looks at that. So what I mean by that is, are you using clickbait to get people just to click and then they don't like it and they leave? Are people loving your content so they're watching so much more of us and they're commenting and giving you those thumbs up? That's important. And that's the second D. It's about delivering. And then finally, the third D is about distribution. When you get those first 2 right, YouTube looks at those signals and says, okay, got a video here. It's being loved by its own audience. Let me go and distribute this to a bigger audience. Let me go find a new audience for this video. Oh, and when that happens, that is when you get those fresh new eyes on those videos, and that is when your subscribers grow, and that is when your views grow. Okay, so where do all good YouTube videos begin? They begin in the kitchen. Of course, that's where all good YouTube videos begin, right? If I tell you right now, stop what you're doing, go to your kitchen, go to open up some random cupboards, take up some random ingredients, mix them all together, and then stick it in your oven, what are the odds that a beautiful pizza is going to come out of that? Probably not much, right? But if I tell you, hold on, don't grab random ingredients, I need you to grab the following. There's some tomato sauce, there is some flour, there is some eggs, there is cheese, there is olives, there is whatever. And I give you the steps, and I tell you these are the steps to get the dough going, and then you get the sauce, and then you get the cheese on top, and then stick it in the oven for this temperature, for this long. Then what are the odds of a beautiful pizza coming out? Beautiful and amazing. The way we all approach our videos is the first bit. We take our camera, we run out, we shoot hours and hours of video, we come home, we drop it onto our computers, we edit it, we copy and move scenes around, we add B-roll, it looks amazing, we slap a title, slap a thumbnail, upload it, and then hope that something comes out of that. Hope that a beautiful pizza comes out of that and people love it. That's not going to work, is it? But so that's why I want to focus today on the exact steps that you need to take to follow the recipe. Follow the YouTube recipe. Like we did with our pizza, I want to give you the exact those steps that you need to do for your next video. Okay, so it's going to get good. There's lots of information. It's going to come at you fast and furious. Again, if you don't have vidIQ, it's in the description below. Grab it before we get going. This will be available on the replay. So in case you missed anything, or I speak too fast, or you need more information, no problem. Don't worry, after this session is done, you can come back to this. Okay, so now that we have pizza in mind, and a lot of us are going to get hungry round about now, well, that's good motivation to go through this training with me. So you ready for this? Let's start off with making a video pizza. We're going to make a video about pizza. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my search bar. This is where I start. I start by putting in my word or my phrase, and the first thing I want to understand is the landscape. Now remember, we're using pizza here. Of course, this will work for absolutely anything else. I just want to show you an example we all understand because, well, you get this basically around the world. So let's have a look at this. So pizza is my key phrase. I'm going to make a video about pizza. I'm not really sure what yet, but I know that that's what I want to focus on. So vidIQ reveals a whole bunch of information. Highest view video, 28 million. Okay, that looks good. Top creator is a channel called Tasty. Okay, interesting. But look at this, volume. The volume here is 82. It's in the green. What does that mean? It means there's lots of people who are actually searching for our particular key phrase, our pizza key phrase. Do you go out and make a video immediately? No, because you got to look at competition. And you can see the competition is very high. What does that mean? Lots of people are searching for pizza related content, but there's also lots of channels, lots of videos delivering. So therefore, it's going to be very, very difficult to make a video just about pizza. So do we just give up? No. Here is where this tip comes into play. Now, this is important. This actually will change your research. We're going to do this. We're going to go out here to our search bar, and what we're going to do is the alphabet walkthrough. So pizza space A, B, C, D. What is it showing you? It's showing me autocomplete. In other words, so many people have searched for the word pizza and dough recipe that YouTube makes it a little bit easier for the next person to start typing pizza space D. We assume they're going to go for this dough recipe. Oh, look, there it is. Dough without yeast. Pizza dough recipe without yeast. How does this help us? How does this help us as content creators? Well, this is a good indication of what people are searching for. If people are searching for pizza dough recipe without yeast, that gives us a beautiful direction for our video. We're going to make a video about pizza dough, and we're going to use the word dough, recipe, and yeast, because those seem to be the popular words. And remember, we're only on the D. E, F, G. Look how many titles come up here that you can actually use for your video. This is where you start really understanding YouTube search. So remember, YouTube is a search engine. What do you do in search engines? You ask questions. So don't forget, don't just do the A, B, C, D walkthrough. Go to the beginning of the phrase and then type in the what. What pizza looks like around the world? What's pizza to your body? What pizza is the best? What? Where? When? Why? How? Okay. And all of a sudden, look at this. How Pizza Hut makes pizza. How pizza rolls are made. How pizza is made in Domino's. What does this show you? It's telling you what people are currently searching for. Go and make your videos based on these. That's how you get those initial eyeballs, those initial reactions, because you're answering somebody's question. Autocomplete is a beautiful way to understand the YouTube algorithm and what people are currently searching for. If you can marry up a video title to a query, that is where you win. Remember, we're still in research mode, okay? So let's have a look at this video. This video, it says, the best homemade pizza you'll ever eat. Views, 19 million views on this. So by most indication, 19 million views is a good views for your video. I mean, we all would love 19 million views on our videos. But does that mean that this channel is winning? In other words, is this a good video for this channel? Because remember, this channel has got 18 million subscribers. So is 19 million views like a regular video for them? Or is it a real video for them? Well, let's find out. So 19 million views. Here is what the problem with views is. Views doesn't take time into account. In other words, this video was launched in 2018. Did it get all of its views right at the beginning, or did it take years to get to these numbers? Did it take a day, a month, a week, a year, 3 years? How many years did it take to get to this 19 million? Why is that important? because it tells me about relevancy. Is this video relevant today? So, for example, the iPhone 1 or the Samsung Note 1 phone that came out. Now, I'm a tech geek, so I'm going to use technology examples. But let's just say that video came out of the iPhone 1. When it came out, millions of views on those videos. But is it still relevant today? That's the question. How many people are still searching today? If all you saw was that this video has got 19 million views and you went ahead and made a video all around this topic, well, you're going to be missing the boat here because this might not be relevant today. So what do? We'll show you something called VPH, views per hour. And essentially what views per hour is, it's telling me right now how many people are watching this video. So as you can clearly see, there is still lots and lots and lots of interest in this particular video, in this particular title. And in fact, if you look at historical trends, you can see it was doing okay, and all of a sudden, boom, a big surge. It's obviously the times that we're in, people are interested in making homemade pizza, and therefore this video is getting all that beautiful momentum. So remember, evergreen content. This is another example of something that was live in 2018. And look, it just was okay, and now just picked up traction. So very important to remember the evergreen content. So when you launch a video, don't panic straight away if it doesn't get those beautiful views. You just never know when your time will come. This is 2 years later, and look at those numbers. Beautiful, just popping. So again, a total number of views doesn't indicate if it's a good video today. So we show you views per hour. Very, very important. The next thing we look at is, did they use any Reddit? So there's a couple of Reddit instructions, a little bit of Facebook going on here. But look at this. This is beautiful. This tells me that, remember I asked you earlier, 19 million views on a channel with 18 million subscribers. Is this okay or not? Is this a great video, a bad video? Well, we'll tell you that. The compare views in the first 28 days tools is exactly the tool that you need. Because if you have a look at this, you say, this video, I want to compare it to this channel's average. This channel's average is a little pink at the bottom. This video is the one in blue. After 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 7 days, so now we can see. After 7 days, this channel typically gets 122,000 to 194,000 views on a video. But this video got a 2.6 million views in the first 7 days. What does this tell me? It's telling me this is an outlier video. This is an exceptional video. And therefore, I am absolutely going to research this video, the title, the thumbnail, the description, the tags that they used, look what it's ranking for. I want to understand all of this so that I can make my video as close to this as possible. If YouTube is currently suggesting this video and it's an outlier video for this channel, well, I want to be able to get in on that. Now, this video tells you more. This tool tells you more. Not just this channel's average. You can actually look at your channel's average. So this video compared to your own channel's average. This video compared to the last video you watched. Any video, any playlist, any channel, and then the competitor's average. And I'll show you that shortly as well. So very, 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 very powerful tool. It tells you exactly what you need to know. This is a good video. Lots of views per hour. Trending topic. Still relevant today. I am absolutely going to investigate this if I was making a pizza video. Remember, we're still in research mode. We're still in the first D, that first D of being discovered. So we may have some title ideas. What about thumbnails? What should we be going after? Well, in research mode, we still want to be discovered. We go to the vidIQ tools on the left-hand side, and there's something called competitors. Click on that, and this essentially loads up all the people who are doing similar stuff to you in your industry. This, for us, this is the people that we work with, people that we attend events with, other YouTube teachers here, and we want to understand what's going on. Now, why is it important? Because YouTube knows that we don't watch one video about one item and then go make a buying decision. We watch multiple videos about the same item. Therefore, what we want to understand is what's going on in the industry. What are our competitors doing? Remember, this is sorted by views per hour. So I can see which topic is getting more attention. I want to see what their thumbnails are like. Are they still good, lots of text, still faces? What's their titles? Are they long titles? Are they short titles? All this gives me good indication. Am I still on the right track? Now remember, in your industry, it's going to be different people. You have to load up yourselves, the people that you look up to, people you want to work with. And when you see it, you start getting a good picture and a good idea. Now I'll tell you what else it does. YouTube is all about trends. YouTube knows that when a trend comes out, it becomes a hot topic. People are talking about it. People are researching it. And therefore, it's going to serve more and more content. So imagine in this industry, if we saw that everybody's talking about a specific topic, a specific YouTube tool, maybe something new has come out, and our competitors have started talking about that, well, of course, we're going to understand that, and we want to get in on that action as well. In your industry, it's going to be exactly the same. Maybe everybody is starting to talk about the upcoming big vacation or the upcoming big holiday in your country. Maybe it's Mother's Day, whatever it may be. If people are starting to talk about it, it means the industry is starting to talk about that particular holiday. In other words, search results are coming in. In other words, you can start jumping on this. So it's a good way to keep an eye on your competitors, keep an eye on what they're doing, what are they saying, what do they look like, and is there anything that you need to change? Don't go and copy them, because obviously that's not a good strategy, but go and understand what's going on. Know your competitive landscape. Very, very important. So that is competitors. Go and load up a whole bunch, and the value here is insane, especially when it comes to trend. Because trend is where it's at, the next tool I'm going to show you is called the Trend Alerts. Now, Trend Alerts, this is very important. Trend Alerts changes your channel. Here is why. You give it an alert name, and then you say, here's my keyword. So basically what I'm saying to vidIQ is anytime somebody makes a video with this keyword in from any of these competitors or from the whole of YouTube, when that video gets more than, let's just say, 1,000 views per hour, remember, per hour, not in total. When that video gets more than 1,000 views per hour, each week, send me a report that looks like this. Now, why is this important and how does this change channels? Well, what will end up happening is you'll see that a certain style of video has gone from 1,000 views per hour to 5,000 views per hour to 10,000 views per hour. Okay, something is happening. Something's happening over there. I need to understand that. Because it's going to be your keyword, so it's going to be related to your industry. You know what those big keywords are. And as soon as you see them, you know that you want to jump in on that action and get in on the trend really, really, really early on. So many channels have changed completely because they realized that a certain keyword has become hot, is just starting to roll. They've seen channels go from 500 views per hour on a video to 1,000 views per hour on a video to 5,000 views per hour on a video. Well, it means there's a big hunger for that keyword. Could I make a video with that keyword? Could I make on that topic? And if you can jump in on those trends really, really, really early on. Remember, we're still in the D for discovery. We've done our research. We've done the what, where, when, how. We've done the alphabet walkthrough with our keywords. We have seen which are cool videos. We've marked them so we know to go back to them and research them. We've seen what our competitors are doing, our trend alert sets. The next thing is most viewed. And essentially what most viewed is everything that's going on that's happening on YouTube right now. Now, before you tell me, yes, there is the trending page, very well aware of it, but this is different. Do you know why? Because this sorts out the hot videos on YouTube sorted by views per hour. This video is getting 300,000 views per hour. This video is 146,000 views per hour. So why is this important? Well, first of all, you're in the YouTube game. You need to know what's working on YouTube as a whole, even when it's out of your niche. And here you can see that certain topics are working really, really well. What's the thumbnail like? How clean is it? How much text is there? What is their titles? Is it long? Is it short? All these questions you need to be asking all the time so you can understand how clean these are. Look at this, just something I can pick up immediately. There's no text. Look at that, very little text, if any. Big bright colors, and these are kids content, and they're still doing well on YouTube. Again, even this, Chadwell Clay, great channel, no text. Marquez Brownlee to do with technology. The only text here is the $3.99 the price. You're learning all the time from what's going on. Now you can take it a step further. What you can say is, look, love this guy, but he's got a channel with, millions and millions of subscribers. It's nowhere near where I am. No problem. You go down here to channel subs and you can change it. You can say, show me only channels that are in the bronze, 10 to 100,000 subs, or 100,000 to a million subs, something closer to your world, so that you can learn what's working in that industry, in that subscriber range, and make videos accordingly. You can also do research here with search terms, the various categories, the various countries, and all of this helps you with being discovered. And that's the most important thing, doing that research before you touch that camera, before you rush out and spend hours of your life making a video that is not going to get those views. Spend the time rather doing this here. Okay, so we've seen the videos. We've looked at our competitors. We have done our research. We've looked at what's trending. We've looked at what's working on the whole of YouTube. We looked at it in our research mode. We're now armed. We go and create our video. Okay, now that we've got our video, what do we do next? Okay, so you've done your video, you've uploaded it, and now it's time to feed it all that beautiful, juicy information in your titles, your descriptions, your tags, and your thumbnail. So let's look at these tools. The most important thing for me when it comes to YouTube is the thumbnail and the title in combination. Not in isolation, but together. Why? Well, here's what happens. When somebody's doing a search on YouTube, they perhaps will scroll down and your thumbnail has one mission: to get them to stop and go, oh, what's that? And then they glance over and they look at your title. And together, they're either going to decide to click or not to click. A great thumbnail with a rubbish title is not enticing enough, and vice versa. An amazing title, but with a thumbnail that doesn't get somebody's attention, also not good enough. They're not going to stop and click, but it's got to work together. So this is one of the greatest tools. I love this completely. It's called Preview in Search Results. This is brand new, and this will be a game changer as well. So what do? We want to understand how will my video look like when other people are doing a search. So let's just say the question is how to get 1,000 subscribers. So let's write that in. How to get 1,000 subscribers. And I'm going to say preview and search. Now look what's going to happen. We're going to come up here. This is the video. And this shows me the videos, other videos in this industry. Now we're very lucky because our next video is actually a vidIQ video. So I am asking myself the question, will this thumbnail get people to stop and click compared to the other videos around it? That is beautiful. Also, I get to see everybody else's titles. I can make changes right here. And not only can I make changes to the title, I can click on preview changes and it would actually change it right here as well. So now I can constantly am optimizing my video to be discovered. So remember I said it's your thumbnail and your title in combination, because that's going to get someone to stop what they're doing like this and go, oh, what's this? That is colorful. That's got text, got information. I want to click on that. Now remember, it shows it to me on the search screen, but we all know that home screen is pretty big on YouTube too. That's where a lot of people are finding their information. So now it shows me, look what my icon looks like, my graphics look like on the home screen. Look how it just stands out. All the colors. And that's why people click on this video. And again, I can see this on desktop, I can see this in tablet mode, and I can see it on mobile as well. I want to make sure I'm continuously optimizing my search results, because this is where you win. It's about understanding what your thumbnail and your title look like together compared to the people above you and the people below you. Because as soon as you can get someone's attention with an amazing thumbnail and a great title, this is where you win the click. I love those preview results. Go ahead and use them continuously. You can search for any phrases. We can optimize it here. How to get 100 subs. Let's just say that's get the results there. Okay, now you can see we're very similar to this. So if I was going after the first 100 subs, I will perhaps not use the same thumbnail because it's too similar to this. I would use, another vidIQ one. See how different that is? And that's what you want. How to stop somebody's attention to be able to go, wow, what is this? Click. Now, remember that YouTube knows what your video is about. It's got enough AI systems to understand the content. It's automatically captioning your videos. So it's got all this data. So title and descriptions and your tags simply augment what YouTube already knows. It makes sure that it allocated it correctly. So we always want to write for humans. Don't try keyword stuff this with lots of keywords just to try and get YouTube algorithm to jump around. That used to work back in the day. It does not work anymore because YouTube's smarter than that. So write for people. Write in a way that somebody will want to click. Your description. Put some effort into your description. So give a great opening line because that's the preview line that people will see. And then now timestamps. Make sure you spend time putting in timestamps. YouTube is experimenting with new features. There's things like chapters. We're going to see more and more of this come into play, especially as we go towards voice. So make sure that you put in timestamps into your videos, helping YouTube help you. So when someone on Google does a quick search of how to double down on quality or quantity, well, maybe this is a good enough phrase that YouTube will recommend this video. So you need to spend time and effort in here. So which keywords do you use? Well, this is where tags come in. So whilst tags aren't as important as they used to be, you absolutely still need to be using tags. So you start typing here Mother's Day, and here you can already see a whole bunch of Mother's Day related tags that pop in here. So let's select this one, but watch this. Okay, click into here. Now we've got a whole wealth of information. Now what we can see here is Mother's Day gift ideas, but look at this. We also show you the related keywords. We show you the most used keywords, the search volume, the competition, the overall score, and all of these are basically searchable and indexable so that you can go through and say, well, which tags do I want to use? Mother's Day gift looks like a good one. And simply click on the plus button and it will add that tag. All of this information simply helps your video to get better classification. And even though tags by themselves don't matter, when you feed the beast, it helps you with your video. So many people are just ignoring tags altogether, and that is a big, big mistake. It's all about building those relationships between your videos and other videos, other search results, and tags help you do that. Okay, so use your tags. Now, the big thing here is, when do you make your video public? When do you launch your video? So YouTube looks at various factors. And when it knows about your video, it knows the content, it knows what your title is, it knows what your thumbnail's like. What it doesn't know, if it's a good or a bad video, it has no idea. So it looks for signals. And one of those signals is, do people watch when you make it public? So the best way to do that is to launch your video during a time where people are actually online. So this tool tells you that. Best time to publish, broken down by day. And it knows that if I'm going to launch a video on a Wednesday, my audience happens to be online between these times. So I should probably launch my video just before that so to get all that upwards traffic as people are joining. This is an important signal. If you make your video available and people are watching it instantly, YouTube says, oh, there must be value here because people are watching and they're watching for more than 50%. So I want to be able to translate that into maybe trying with another audience. And that's where distribution starts to happen, because YouTube is getting all these glorious signals to say that this is a good quality video. And that is how you unlock distribution. So launch your video when your public is online. And a good ninja tip here is try not to launch whenever you can schedule a video. What I mean by that is you can schedule a video to launch on the hour or every half an hour or even every 15 minutes. Or so 9, 9:15, 9:30, for example. But if you launch your video at 9:48, it's such a weird time that no other companies schedule their videos to launch at that because you can't. So now you have an opportunity to stand out amongst those notifications. Less notifications, more odds. The odds are much better that your subscriber actually gets the notifications. So just a little bonus tip there. As we scroll further down, a lot of vidIQ SEO scores that are right here. We've even got the checklist. Let me make sure that I've done everything. Have I got a card? Have I got an end screen? We don't enable monetization, so I'm obviously going to see the X. Have I shared it to you on Twitter, made it public, etc.? So we're just keeping you on track, a nice little running track to make sure that you're ticking all the right boxes and ticking all the right marks here. Okay, so we've done our research. We're going to get discovered. We've done the first D. The second D is that we have now launched our video. We've launched it at the right time. And now we hope it's up to YouTube to distribute that video as much as possible. We're obviously going to help it along with social media and our own efforts to get the video seen, but we're hoping the YouTube algorithm kicks in. Well, YouTube rewards people that deliver. So it's quality over quantity. How do we know if you're delivering? Well, this is where this tool comes in. It's called the Channel Audit tool. Now, this is the tool I was missing when I was building up my YouTube channel, because I needed something that I can push a button that will tell me what's working and what isn't working. I don't know about you, but I don't want to spend 10 hours of my day trying to decipher little numbers and exporting reports from YouTube Analytics to try to work out what's working and what isn't. I want to push a button, and this is what this does. The channel audit does exactly that. It says, okay, over the last 30 days, is my channel growing or shrinking? So I can see views, subscribers, watch time. If it's going up, great. If it's going down, why? Did maybe I have a viral video last month and don't have one this month? Okay, so I understand. So it gives me that information. The next thing I want to look at is content to double down on. And essentially what that means, this is content that you need to make more of. People love this content. It's broken down into views per hour. Which videos are giving me views per hour? How many views per hour does each one of these videos give me? What's the engagement rate? What's the views? Subscribers gained. How many subscribers per 1,000 views? So it gives me an idea of what's bringing in my subscribers to my channel. And now I know that if people are loving this content, make more of this content. Simple as that. And down here, total watch time, average watch time, top retention. These are the stuff that YouTube loves. And YouTube rewards you for it. So if you can mix these together, find the trend on your channel and see what works and make more of that, you'll very quickly discover these certain elements that your channel that people love and these certain channel stuff that they don't love. So for example, in how to make the best pizza recipes, maybe you're going to make 5 different pizza recipes, and every time you use the word pepperoni, it doesn't rank up here. Because you know what? People didn't love that. Where do you see it? In the content that could use work. This is the stuff that didn't really work too well. Well, why not? Lowest average watch time, lowest retention, lowest like ratio, lowest views, videos losing subs. What does that mean? Well, people didn't really engage with our content. Why not? Do we just not make it? No, we go and we understand why these things not work. What's going on here? Could we do something better to improve it? So things are always going to be up here. So pepperoni lands up down here. Don't make pepperoni recipes. Only make the stuff that works up here. Now another section in the middle is called the top search terms. What are people searching to get to your channel, to get the information? What are the click rates for your end screen? The card click rates. What does all this tells you? Well, these are the search terms. So if I make more videos with these search terms, guess what? More views, more subscribers. End screens. You can see how when I'm referring to certain elements in my end screens, they're working better than other end screens. The call to subscribe on our end screen isn't really working. We're not getting much out of this. But best for viewer seems to be doing a lot better. Channel seems to be doing a lot better. On your cards, polls, look at this. 71% of people are engaging in polls. We're going to make more polls. Playlist is doing okay. Not so bad, but not as good as polls. So we're going to use more polls in our videos. So you see how all this information really helps you understand the second D. Are you delivering? Because when you deliver, that is when distribution happens. And remember, this is for 30 days. We can even drop it down to 60 and 90 days. I always look at this on my personal channel between 30 days, and then I look at it at 90 days. I want to smooth out any highs, smooth out any lows, and just get an idea of what's actually working. So I look at my content to double down on, look for those trends, what are the search terms, and what didn't work so well. Down here, well, I see a little bit of information. I'm using a lot of characters, but look down here, items to improve upon. Here it says to me, Okay, there's videos without cards. Uh-oh. 12 videos don't have an end screen, and 6 videos are not added to a playlist. I can go into each one of these and instantly fix it straight from here. So it always keeps a good housekeeping in check. Channel Audit Tool is it's almost your savior. It's the best thing that you need for your channel because it's the unemotional version that tells you what's working and what isn't working. So now, we have done the first D. We have been discovered. We have done the second D. We are delivering. We're spending lots and lots of time in our channel audit tool to understand what's working and what isn't working. And we're constantly giving our audience the stuff that's working. They're loving it. They're giving us subscribers and they're giving us views. That is what it's all about. And when you do that well enough, once you spend a lot of time doing this, you're going to go into your achievements and you're going to start unlocking achievements. We've unlocked the 500,000 subscriber achievement. And don't worry, this is customized for your channel. So if you haven't hit a certain achievement, don't think you have to wait till 500,000. But now, why this is important? Because when you unlock an achievement, you generate a certificate. And this certificate is a great way to help build your audience. Here is why. When you have an achievement and you share it on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, wherever you share it, people are going to say, wow, I'm part of this journey. Your audience is part of that journey. They love being part of people's journeys. They retweet, they like, they give you a shout out for being successful. Well done. And that grows your community because other people see this and go, oh, I didn't know about this vidIQ channel. Let me go check it out. There must be lots of value. This is social proof that everything works and has come together beautifully for you. So spend some time in your achievement. Understand what you're breaking into. Share those certificates. Be excited about it. And then look at your top performing months. What are your targets? Use that as a bit of a motivational thing. Can I reach my goals? How many more days am I away from reaching my next milestones? We take care of all that for you so that you are proud to share your successes. And when you do, make sure you tag vidIQ on your social media so we're happy to retweet. We're happy to celebrate in your success and your milestones.
All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. And it is now time for our weekly Q&A, which happens every time we finish up with the live training. If you got here in the middle, I'm Dan, and I'm taking over for Liron today. He is out. So we are going to be diving into some questions here in just a second. Get them ready. If you put at vidIQ in front of your question, maybe even hashtag question, just something to kind of help me see it in chat. I'm going to get to as many as I can in the next maybe 30-ish minutes or so, give or take. So I'll be here for a little bit answering those questions. Before I do, a couple of quick things. Tonight is our weekly Twitch stream. Yes, vidIQ, believe it or not, has a Twitch channel, and yes, we play games on it. It's going to be myself, and I don't exactly know who's joining me tonight, but a handful of vidIQ crew typically join me for those live streams, and right now we're playing Spelunky 2. It's a lot of fun. If you don't know anything about it, it doesn't matter. It's good. It's just a great laugh, and you may even get us to chat about YouTube a little bit between tragically dying in the game. That happens quite a bit. So that link has just been posted and pinned to the top even. It's vidIQ official on twitch.tv. So give us a follow, turn on notifications so you don't miss those streams. We do one every Wednesday, and I've been doing them on Mondays as well. Just myself solo playing some Minecraft right now, and again answering YouTube questions, or creator questions in general. I even talk a little bit about Twitch. I'm going to take a sip of water. And I'm going to begin answering your questions. So, first up, let's see here. This is a great question from Cart Galaxy. Should you remove older content from your channel that is not part of your niche? This is a good question. I am actually somebody who's done this myself, my personal channel. I've taken older videos, and I haven't deleted them. I haven't hit private on them. I've actually just unlisted them. And what that does is it doesn't, if you just put them all to private, it messes up all of your metrics and your history on YouTube, and it takes a while to kind of get things back. So your channel is going to look so confusing. Unlist that content. Is it a good thing to do is a different question. So let's say you are somebody with a gaming channel and you kind of play a variety of games, but now you're trying to narrow it down to one. That was the circumstance I was in. What I did was I got rid of games that really weren't a part of my niche at all anymore because I was narrowing down to just one. So I unlisted a whole bunch of content, and then I chose to just unlist some other stuff too. Just stuff that I felt like if people saw it today, maybe I made references that weren't accurate anymore, or it would just be confusing. Even if it was getting views, are people subscribing for this video that I'm never going to address again? It's not a bad thing to do, is the point. Do you need to do it? I don't think you necessarily need to do it, but it can certainly clean things up a little bit if you're hoping that your channel looks from like a bird's eye view to the viewer, nice and like focused. So yeah, it's something to consider, and it's kind of up to you. Honestly, we've recommended it before, especially for newer channels that have like tried a whole bunch of different stuff and then they've settled on something. If you're a newer channel, certainly it looks a lot better. But if you're a channel with years of a history there, maybe just put those in like legacy playlists if you have sentimental attachment to those videos, and just make it known that now I'm a channel that does this. Here's what I used to do if you want to check it out. It's okay to do that. All right. So that was our first question. Let's see here. I can't read this name, but it says, I'm yet to understand how it works. I signed up for a plan. I'm not feeling it yet. I just tried to change my email because I made a mistake. So if you're having trouble with vidIQ, I'm here to answer questions about vidIQ, about YouTube. But when it comes to stuff like customer service things, just a quick note, be sure to email support@vidIQ.com. They can help you out with any technical things like that. And I will say that if you're just not understanding vidIQ, maybe you weren't here for the whole training. So once this is over, go back, watch it from the beginning, and it'll help you understand all the tools that are just populated your YouTube pages, and you're not really sure what the heck they're there for or what you're doing with them. So hopefully that helps. All right, let's see. The chat keeps jumping every time I scroll. I'm trying to pick out some questions here that are not just... Remember, when you ask your questions, put hashtag question in front of it, so I know it's just not... Sometimes people just talk kind of amongst themselves, and it helps me to pick up your question if you put @vidIQ. Even better, now that I'm seeing the @vidIQ tags not light up on my end, I thought they would. Hashtag question is going to stand out to me even more than that, so just keep that in mind. So just questions like, what should I do if my channel doesn't grow? How do I get more subscribers? Things like that. That is all stuff we talked about in the before the Q&A just a bit ago. Be sure to go back and watch to get those answers. I would love to know, should I upload my video before the recommended time that my subscribers are online? Asks, yes, it's me, Tools. That's generally the advice we give, right? So if you're seeing that tool that tells you, okay, the maximum amount of your viewers show up at 9 a.m., you may want to make sure you post before 9 a.m. How soon before, it's kind of up to you. You can test it. You can play with it. You actually get to dictate those results just by virtue of having a regular schedule. So let's say you start YouTube fresh and you post every day at 10 a.m. Well, it's going to eventually tell you that the majority of your YouTube viewers are on, about that time, between maybe 10 and 12. And then you got to wonder, well, should I post a little bit earlier than that? Well, no, you should probably stay to that schedule because you've attracted an audience that's on YouTube at that time. So that can be a balancing act. If you've been posting at 10 a.m., but then you start posting at 6 p.m. for a consistent amount of time, you might lose some views because you've left your peak hours. But if those videos are good and they're getting discovered, now you're gaining a new audience, and that can shift. So in short, yes, I would post before that time, maybe by an hour or two, depending on the content, depending on your schedule. Just kind of keep all those things in mind. But it can also be something that changes based on your actions. You can determine that time yourself. So keep that in mind too. All right. There's some confusion about when we started. We started this a little bit earlier today because of me. I'm hosting in place of Liron. He was busy today, and I'm busy here in about 30 minutes. So we had to start it a little bit earlier, so we had time for Q&A. I could have started on time, but then I wouldn't be here for Q&A right now. We also, in America, had our time change. So the clocks got rolled back an hour, and some of you in different places around the world aren't affected by those time changes. So it gets even more frustrating. Where I'm one day hoping daylight savings can just go away because it's confusing. Let's see here. Is it okay to share my videos on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest to get more views? I'd be careful about where you're sharing them, but if you have a social media presence attached to your YouTube channel, sure. Like, hey, everybody, I posted a new video. Everybody does that. We could go into details about social media strategy and what it means to constantly update your Twitter feed with videos you post and nothing else. Probably not a great idea, but I won't get into that stuff. It doesn't hurt to do that. What you don't want to do is jump into a subreddit that doesn't want your content there and try and shove it in their face. A lot of subreddits do not like that. And again, my favorite phrase on YouTube, by favorite I mean least favorite, is it depends. If you find a community that is in your niche and they're asking questions that a video you made can help them, that could be an appropriate time to post your video. So it depends. But largely, I would say if it's a social media presence that you're building as a part of your YouTube channel, sure. If you're diving into other communities, uninvited, posting your content, a great example, our vidIQ Discord. A lot of people go in there and they get kicked out immediately because they think it's a place to just, it's about YouTube, so I can just post my videos. No, everybody is here to grow their own channels. They're not going to watch your videos because they have their own videos they're trying to grow. So the Discord is more powerful when everybody works together to share tips and ideas, not just bombard it with videos. Hopefully that answers your question. When it comes to stuff like that, I'm very passionate. I've learned a lot of hard lessons myself over the years. Can you grow by not uploading? Asks Codemander. I mean, grow what exactly is my question back to you? Because if you're not uploading videos, what are you trying to? What audience could there possibly be? YouTube is a video platform, so. No. If you ask people to subscribe and do some weird challenge, maybe people subscribe to a channel with no videos, but we don't give advice to for strange challenges like that. We're a little more about the typical way YouTube works. If you post a video, we can definitely help you. If you don't give YouTube any data to work with, I mean, sure, have a social media campaign where you start a brand new YouTube channel and have 0 subscribers and you try to get to 1,000. All power to you. There's nothing we can do for you there. And I would recommend trying that strategy on Twitter or something like that, something where the content is completely different. I'm doing a really bad job of reading out subscriber names. Think before you act as a new subscriber to vidIQ. Thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing to us. I have a feed that's paused for some reason, so I'm not seeing those come in on a mini feed that I have, but if I see it on the screen, I can read it out. Is having a second channel good? Asks the Twix Show. A second channel can be something we recommend, especially when it comes to smaller creators. I don't like to recommend it, mostly not because it's a bad idea, but because when you divide your focus between too many things, you're not giving your all to one of them. That makes sense? So if you have a gaming channel, but you also love cooking, and you're like, well, I can't put cooking content on my gaming channel. Yeah, we would tell you to make a second channel. But do you have time to keep up with a gaming channel and a cooking channel? I don't mean post a video on one of each. I mean do research for both of them. I mean answer your comments. I mean keep up with 2 different audiences. And to strongly manage 2 channels at once, you have to be doing YouTube full time, I would say, to get the kind of traction you could potentially get if you spent the same amount of time in one channel. So I like to tell people, pick your favorite thing. If you're somebody, you're a mechanic, you're a chef, you're a gamer, you're all these things, you're a professional athlete. I want to make 4 channels. I want to make a channel about all my favorite things. You're going to be spread really, really thin, even if it is your full-time job. So pick your favorite thing and go all in on that, and make your other favorite things just something you do on the side. As somebody who has a gaming channel, I used to try and play every game. And then I thought, well, what if I made a channel about this one game I really love and then this other game no. Instead, those other games I really love, Maybe I'll play them on a Twitch stream, or maybe I'll just play them for myself to unwind after a long day of working and then making videos. So keep in mind that real life gets in the way here, and you just want to make sure you're giving yourself enough mental capacity and physical time on the clock to be with your families and do your jobs and go to school and all that stuff. How can I promote my content without being annoying or repetitive, asks Jakey Mac. When it comes to promoting your content, that's where we're here to help you not have to promote your content outside of YouTube, right? I imagine that's what you're saying. Or even within YouTube, some people trying to promote within the comment section, for example. We would like to see you promote your content by putting in good work to each video, making good thumbnails, getting good keyword research going. And now you don't have to promote your content and be repetitive or be annoying, because you're not going into random Discords and subreddits just trying to find a place to spam your videos. That's not going to grow your channel. That's not a sustainable way to grow your channel. That's a lot of legwork. Your YouTube will do that legwork for you if you do it right, but you're basically putting it all on yourself. Like, okay, YouTube algorithm's confusing. I'm going to go out there on the internet, go to forums and go to different communities, and I'm just going to post my video and it's going to get views. So every time you make a video, you're going to do that. And then for each video, you're going to keep up with that strategy so they continue getting views. Like, that's a lot of work, man. Watch our training and learn how to post videos and give them as much power as you possibly can when you hit upload. This is something that I imagine people who ask that are people who I've seen in the past try and do daily content. And they don't give themselves enough time to do research. So that time you're spending posting your content everywhere and then making maybe even daily uploads, like, take the time to post maybe 3 videos a week instead of post daily. And then take that extra time you're not posting your content everywhere to do research on how to make a better video the next time you upload. I need water. Okay. Veritiv Corporation. I don't know if I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. What are the best metrics / measurements that I should pay attention to while the channel grows? Well, that's a great question. It kind of depends a little bit on where you're at currently, but basically, my favorite metric to watch is retention. This is assuming you've made a good title, you've made a good thumbnail, and people are clicking on your video. Retention can help your video sink or swim. So there are a couple of places you want to be. So like 40% retention, I would say. Once you start to hit 40 and above, 50 is like where I try to aim for personally. The higher your overall retention can be, that's percentage. Did I say percentage? 40, 50%. The higher that retention is, the more chance YouTube has to continue pushing your video. So YouTube will likely post your video out on its search engine, and it'll just kind of feed it to a sample group, right? And if that sample group clicks on your video and then immediately clicks off, YouTube's like, whoa, a lot of people just did that. This video isn't giving what it promised, or it's just not of good quality. Something's going on, and there's probably a better video to put in its place. So we'll just put that one aside. Retention can sink or swim. It can help a video sink or swim. So be watching that. If your retention chart starts out at the top at 100% and sharply nosedives at the very beginning, something's going on with your hook. Maybe it's your audio. Something's happening there that YouTube's going to see. And they're going to go, this is not something we're going to keep pushing. So that is my favorite metric to watch. And from there, I also like to just watch I personally like to look at the search terms that brought people in. So if I'm making content about one thing, if my channel is really focused, I can kind of learn what was the search term that people looked at specifically that brought my video to their attention. I like to learn from that. And then our channel audit tool will do a lot of this work for you. If you download that and then see what's working and what's not, it's going to show you content to double down on based on all these different metrics, based on the engagement, based on the watch time, and things like that. So if you're having trouble picking something to kind of look for, use the channel audit tool and then double down on the content that it says is working. Someone asked where the training is. That part is over. Be sure to watch this after I'm done with the Q&A here so you can go back and see that training. We did start a little bit early today, but we'll be back at our normal time next week. Let's see here. I'm still seeing questions about how to grow. Oh, wait, let's see. How can you grow your YouTube live streams is a question. This is a decent question here from Jakey Mack. I don't know why I said decent. It's a good question. So YouTube live streams. Be sure that your strategy includes not just doing live streams, but video on demand. Video on demand is just videos. That's all that means. It's videos people can watch on demand, meaning a basic YouTube video. So what you can do is, let's say you live stream a game, Call of Duty. And you're like, I want to be a Call of Duty streamer on YouTube. Hey, cool goal. Here's what you can do. Make other videos between your live streams and have them go out at days that you're not live streaming. So you can make one about the top 5 guns, your top 5 headshots, how to unlock X, Y, and Z. Just videos that add that value, videos that are high in search juice. And then you're going to get some new subscribers. And the next time you go live, perhaps some of those new subscribers will be willing to check you out in your natural habitat, not when you're giving really specific tips, but just when you're enjoying the game you're playing. So that would be my advice. Streaming on YouTube is really unique because you get to benefit during the stream from the YouTube search algorithm. So you want a good thumbnail, you want a good title, all that stuff on your live stream. But then when you're not streaming, your channel is still working for you. That is not something you could say about other platforms like Twitch. So take advantage of that. If you're streaming on YouTube and you just want to stream on YouTube, you could grow that way if you're live often enough and you have good enough titles and thumbnails and you're playing popular games, sure, or doing popular things. It's not just games on YouTube. That's awesome. But if you also take advantage of the other half of your channel, which is the part where you can post a video and people can find it and search, now you're going to be feeding your channel from 2 different directions. Give yourself time to make videos on demand if you want to grow as a streamer on YouTube. It'll be worth it for sure. I'm seeing a lot of copy and paste of one question over and over again. We're not going to answer stuff like that, so don't spam the chat. I'm going to look over it. What's a good shorts idea for a gaming video, asks Bertaloo. Well, it depends on the game you're playing, right? So what I would do is go into your library of maybe your top 5 videos you've made, right? Look at the best videos you've made and try and think, is there one tip from one of these videos that I could recreate and put in a YouTube short? And just throw it out there. Shorts are so new and there's so little we know about them still that it's a wild west. You can just test stuff out, do anything, and see if it ends up on that shelf. Give it 24 or 48 hours. Heck, one of mine blew up after a month. Almost an entire month it sat on my channel doing nothing. And then it became my top viewed video for some reason. So give it some time, but try all kinds of stuff. Give people a little tip. Give them a little taste of who you are. And it's hard. I can't answer that question specifically because there's so little we know. I don't know why my video ended up on the short shelf. I don't know why it's still there after all this time. I don't know why it took a month, but we're going to get more metrics from YouTube as time goes on. So right now we know the views are from shorts. That's great. Once we I'm thinking YouTube's just building up their AI, building up their system, learning from user behavior. So it's just going to take time, and I'll be able to hopefully one day answer that a lot more specifically. Nightbreaker asks, are we allowed to create shorts which would promote the full video, kind of like a short announcement? You're allowed to do anything like that. You can post a short about whatever you want as long as it's within the YouTube guidelines. I don't think it will hurt your channel. I would be a little bit, what's the word? A little bit crafty with that. If you make a short that's 30 seconds long and it's just you like, hey guys, I'm Nightbreaker and I just made a video. It's linked right below in the description and it's about blah, blah, blah. I don't think people are going to click over because of the way shorts are presented right now. They're probably scrolling through and they happened upon yours. So instead of doing just a straight up promo, try and give them a taste of what's in the video. Give them a little bit of value. Give them something from the video. Because if you just give them just a bit, let's say it's a top 10 video of your favorite tips on something, right? Give them one of the tips, maybe even the top one, or maybe one of the close ones to the top, maybe the number 2 tip or something. Give them something that they can take away because that's going to build that bond. Like, oh, wow, that was really cool. Like, that was a good tip. I could leave, or I could subscribe, because what if this person does more tips? They check out your channel. Holy cow, here's a top 10 list on the subject I just watched. So promote your videos without directly saying, hey, linked below is my new video, go check it out. That, I don't think people are going to go in the description. They're going to just swipe to the next short. That's the shorts are competitive in that way, So just be smart about it. And I think it'll work. Let's see here. I did answer this question already from Jakey Mack. I don't know if you were the one who asked, but should you promote your videos and other platforms? I did give a long-winded answer about that, but basically promote them on your own platform that you are attaching to your YouTube channel. Don't go out into random communities and spam your videos. Okay. Is it better to stick to your niche in terms of topic, even if it's not popular at the moment, or experiment with different topics still connected to your niche but not so specific? This is interesting. One second. Is your name Kesa from Kazakh TV? I hope I'm reading any of that right. Thank you for your question. So the question is, should you stick, I'm reading it for me, should you stick to your niche in terms of your topic, even if it's not popular at the moment, or experiment with different topics that still connect but aren't so specific? Okay, so if you have, I'm trying to think of like a random topic. I don't know why I need to make it a metaphor or an example, but if you just have a topic you're covering, but you feel like it's not popular now because maybe you know something people don't. Maybe you expect this topic is going to get popular. It is good, yes, to make videos on it early. You can be the first to the party. This happens in gaming quite a bit, where there's a new indie game and you see that it's brand new. You love it. You think it has a lot of potential. So you kind of gamble on it a little bit and you put a few videos out on your channel, only for them to do nothing. And they're going to do nothing because no one's heard of this game. But this game is on Kickstarter. And you know that once they hit their funding goal, they're going to start advertising more. And now when people are looking for that content, that video is going to come up. What do you do in the meantime? Well, if it were me and I still needed to post videos and I posted everything I could on this unknown game, I would try and stick to that topic. What kind of genre is that game? Okay, let me find a more popular game in that space. And yes, the channel focus is now diluted because you're not sticking to a specific thing, but you're also kind of playing a long game too. Because once that game takes off and it's really popular and maybe even has some updates, now you can go back to it and make even more videos. So would I recommend that strategy starting out? It's not that I wouldn't recommend it. It's that I know how it feels to post a video and have it do nothing, and it kind of takes the wind out of your sails a bit. And you're almost setting yourself up. You're guaranteeing that's what's going to happen. But if you're okay with that, it's worth testing. It's worth trying. So I think that's a really interesting thing. If I knew more about your channel and could really dive in, I could be a little more specific, but hopefully that was helpful to you. My goodness. Does live get more subs? Meaning, do live streams get you more subs? I think it depends, and maybe on how much you're streaming, what you're streaming about. I don't think that live stream. Some of us at vidIQ feel like live streams lose us subscribers. I mean, that's a big it depends answer, unfortunately. Let's see here. I'm trying to look for ones that say #question in the front of them, so it's a little bit easier for me to see because I don't know what's conversation and what's question. Bertaloo's asking, is a decent streaming tool for mobile? And do you have any tips for new streamers? I can give you some tips for new streamers on YouTube. As for mobile, I don't do a lot of mobile streaming. I know that Twitch has like built-in streaming tools. I think Streamlabs has some built-in streaming tools if you get their app. I think it depends on where you're streaming. If you're on YouTube, you can, and you unlock live streaming, you can live stream from your phone. I know there's like screen capturing software out there. I haven't looked into it myself, unfortunately. But as for new streamers on YouTube, yes, what I said before still holds up here. If you use your channel for YouTube's original intended purpose, which was to just post videos, that's going to be kind of a good springboard into live streaming. You're building subscribers, you're building an audience, and now on your same topic, you're doing a live stream, that some of your subscribers will likely enjoy. Schedule it out 48 hours to 24 hours in advance, at least 24 hours in advance. So you give people time to kind of see it and make a mental note or even try and get a notification about it. They click the bell, oh, cool, my favorite YouTuber is going to go live later about my favorite thing. That's my biggest tip. I haven't hammered on it yet, but be sure if you're doing live streams on YouTube that it's on topic. If you're a cooking channel, but you love playing games, you probably shouldn't stream your game to your cooking channel. It's not really going to work. Either make a gaming channel for that, or maybe go to Twitch, let your audience know via the community tab or something. Hey, I'm live on Twitch tonight, which is unusual, and I'm playing a game. That way, at least YouTube isn't now confused because your cooking channel is suddenly, a Minecraft channel. So those are some really low-hanging fruit quick tips for you. Just looking for some more questions here. What software do you use to stream this and have those pop-ups? This is Streamlabs OBS, and all of the pop-ups you saw earlier from the live training were actually edited from a video. So we had some like subscribe and stuff pop up because it was pre-recorded. And then whenever you see someone subscribe and that over here, that little thing comes down and says their name, that's actually a tool from Streamlabs. So if you link everything through Streamlabs, you can set up these custom alerts and you can move them around wherever you want. I would look up a Streamlabs OBS tutorial and it'll give you all that info. It's awesome. Let's see. I'm seeing moderators answering questions for me, which is awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. I don't have a whole lot of time left, so that's really helpful. And if you don't get your question answered today, be sure to join our Discord. I believe it is our pinned comment right now. It is. So vidIQ.com/Discord. Be sure you're in there. Okay, we got one from Ricky Zen. OBS versus StreamYard versus Zoom. Zoom isn't really a live streaming platform. You could actually use Zoom with OBS and capture everyone's cameras like we do for the channel audit stream. StreamYard kind of combines the two, so it's like having a Zoom call that you can live stream. I like StreamYard a lot, but they don't do very good with other sources of media. So we couldn't do this live training through StreamYard because if I tried to plug in that video, the frame rate would be bad. You wouldn't hear sound. I think StreamYard will develop more. It's in beta. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. We're getting into like the tech side of YouTube, which is kind of cool. I posted a short, and after the short got more views. Wait. I posted a short, and after the short got more views, I got more impressions. Is that normal? Well, no. I mean, yes, it's normal. You posted a short, it got views, which means your channel had more impressions, more people are discovering you. So of course, that would definitely happen. I hope I understand your question properly, and also I need more water. Cool, I ran out. That's okay. What is a niche? Asks Morse Frost. This is a good beginner's question. We use this word constantly, assuming that everyone understands what the word niche means. Niche is basically topic. So gaming is a niche, right? But it's very, very broad. So that's why the word can be a bit confusing because it can be narrowed down too. Gaming is a niche. Survival games are a smaller one. Minecraft is even more specific. And then there can be even smaller ones down there. So we try to tell people to stick to your niche, which means if you are playing Minecraft, you don't suddenly shift one day and play Roblox. That's within gaming. It's within your niche, but it's probably not on topic enough. And now you're kind of diluting your audience. Sucario asks, how many impressions should I have with 50 subscribers? There's really no like benchmarks like that. You know what I mean? How many views do you normally get? Your subscriber count is mostly, when you think about it, it's kind of a vanity metric. You have 50 subscribers. That means at some point in time, a total of 50 people liked something you did enough to hit subscribe. Are those people all currently engaged in your channel, though? I would argue probably not. When you post a video, how many of your subscribers watch versus people who find you in search? That's always a good thing to know. So that's too broad. It's not. There's no benchmark. Even if you had 1 million subscribers, I wouldn't be able to answer that question because that's just, subscribers are such a small piece of the puzzle. So don't be discouraged if you feel like, I have 50 subscribers, I should have more impressions. It doesn't really work like that. Are you the owner of this channel? vidIQ is the owner of this channel. I work for vidIQ. Let's see. Oh, maybe someone's asking Morse if they own the, because they're saying they own the channel. Huh? I don't know. I don't know if that was directed at me or not. Let me see here. There's a lot of questions coming in, and I'm trying to pick something. It keeps moving. Okay, so Bertaloo asks, I've answered a lot of your questions, but they're pretty good. If you have a gaming channel for a long time, should you merge it with animations, or would you create a second channel for your animations? Yeah, animation and gaming. I mean, okay. Here's my question for you: are your animations related to the games you play? Because that could be on topic still. If you play, let's say you're this fantastic Among Us YouTuber, you're up and coming, you're doing great, but you also like to animate. Well, you could make a second channel if your animations are about something totally different, and then basically start YouTube over again on that second channel. Or you could animate Among Us content, and now you're on topic, and it's kind of cool. So that's another it depends one. But yeah, and I go back to what I said earlier. The more channels you make and the more you try to divide your time, the harder it's going to be to grow on one of those channels, because you're dividing your time. You're not giving yourself enough time to rest. More like that's one thing. And then also all that research you have to do and all those videos you have to make and managing the comments and everything. It's a lot. Let me see here. All these questions about why am I not getting views, things like that. That's all what our training covered earlier. Be sure you go back and watch that. Oh boy. Hold on. I scrolled up a little bit here. Rehab Media. If you are trying to gain traction, do you think uploading once a week is sufficient? I'm not sure if I should push to upload 2 to 3 times a week to try and accelerate growth. What's kind of funny is that my personal channel is simply a hobby for me. It's something I do. I try and post Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I missed Tuesday because I just didn't have time. But when I do put in the time, YouTube specifically tells me, hey, just so you know, you got more views because you've uploaded more. So yes, the answer is yes. If you post more, that is more momentum for you that you could potentially be building. It's a balancing act, because there was a time where people were recommending on no uncertain terms that you have to post daily if you want to grow on YouTube. And I've been on a crusade against daily uploads, because not only can you grow not uploading daily uploads is exhausting. Now, maybe this is just me. I'm somebody with a full-time job. I've got family. I've got other things I do outside of my job, outside of my hobbies. And I don't have the capacity to upload daily, and I'm still growing. vidIQ, we do stuff pretty much every day, but we don't have a daily upload schedule. We're still growing. You can grow without posting daily. But you can, yes, if you're posting 1 video a week and you have the capacity to do 2 or 3, absolutely, that can help. Just keep in mind that if you do 2 or 3, but you don't have the capacity, now the quality of everything comes down just by virtue of being, kind of stretched out, right? So your thumbnails might not be as good. Your titles might be haphazardly researched and they're just not as sharp as they could be in terms of getting seen in search. There's a lot that can go wrong because you're not giving yourself enough time to do everything that it takes to get a video all the tools it needs to grow. So be very careful about how you balance it. It's really a self-reflection thing. Can I upload 2 videos a week? Can I upload 4 videos a week? What do I have the capacity to do and still do it right? I hope that helps you. We have a lot of people we've seen uploading daily, and they make a lot of mistakes, and they ask us why they're not growing. I'm uploading daily. So there was a time where I think daily uploads became like this gold standard for a lot of people. I can take one more question. Let's see. I'm seeing a lot of you talking amongst yourselves, which is awesome. I highly encourage it, especially after this live stream. Be sure to join our Discord server, and you can continue the conversation over there. Favorite color. What editor do I use? I use Adobe Premiere. These are pretty short. If you guys got other questions about YouTube, I can take one more. Any suggestions on a Black Friday promotion And can we be an affiliate for vidIQ? Yes, we have an affiliate page. Be sure to search for it. I think it might just be vidIQ.com/affiliate. I've never had to share that link before, but if you search vidIQ affiliate and Google it, should pop right up. Absolutely. For Black Friday, what kind of channel are you? Is my counter question to you. It's if you are a channel that's like, let's say you're a tech channel, Black Friday is you're making a ton of content leading up to it. Like, what is every piece of tech going on sale for all these different places? What is your review on it? If you're a gaming channel, I struggle to think what you could do if you get really creative. Maybe it depends on the game you're playing. Maybe there's a sale on your favorite game publisher's site. Certain channels will be able to tackle that holiday better than others. Same with any holiday. So, it's take advantage of it if you can. But if it's just if your niche, if your topic on YouTube just doesn't coincide with those types of holidays, don't be defeated because you just missed that one. It's okay. All right. I have to go, everybody. Thank you so much for an awesome Q&A. I do hope you got a lot out of this, not just this Q&A, but our live stream as well. I'm live tonight on twitch.tv/vidIQ official. I should be with, maybe Rob will be there, maybe Liron will be there. Who knows who's going to show up to this thing. We're going to play some Spelunky 2. Even if you don't know what that is, if it's not your kind of game, we've had so many laughs. You can go and watch the replays over on Twitch and see all the craziness that has gone down. It's been hilarious. And I know I'm biased, but people have clipped some awesome moments, and I've been using them in promos and things like that. So I would recommend checking them out. Also, we'll be live again this Friday on the vidIQ channel doing our bi-weekly vidIQ podcast / fireside chat. And that also includes another Q&A where we take some of your questions at the end of that. So I'll be on that too. I believe Liron will be there. I don't know everybody who's going to be there just yet, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We love doing all this stuff with you guys. We love having you here. So Discord, Twitch live stream, Friday live stream, live streams everywhere, videos everywhere. Check all of it out. I've done everything I can now in terms of promo. I look forward to doing this again with you guys very soon. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.